All right, reporting live from District 7 in Saigon, on top of the world. All right, so some thoughts. So male versus female food preferences. So randomly musing on a thought from our best friend Nietzsche. So one thought from Nietzsche was, it's like, why is it that men trust women with food and cooking matters? And I mean, it's certainly impossible to say for everybody. I think both men and women would mostly benefit from a 100% carnivore beef diet. However, I do notice that men do have a greater hunger for meat, whereas, I don't know, it might be socialized, but I think women tend to not be into meat as much as men. So it's funny because, like, I think the bias is, like, women prefer carbs, blah, blah, and men prefer meat. But it's actually not true because, like, you look at men too. In America, the problem is men and women are actually becoming, like, physiologically more similar than dissimilar. Like, the modern American man has relatively low testosterone. It's funny, even if you look at the CrossFit community, it looks like the women are actually more muscular and impressive than the men. The men are a bunch of, like, kind of like weakling dudes. The women tend to be buffer than the men. So what does it matter? So let's say you're a man, you prefer to eat more beef, more meat, whatevs. And I think it would still be more beneficial for women to eat more meat and beef. But let's say that women don't like meat and beef as much as men. So then you have a bunch of, women cooking for men all the time, or that at least the traditional bias, right? Is the food that results is going to be less carnivorous, less meat-based. So what I propose instead is, if you're a husband, if you're the man in a relationship, whatever, you should just do the cooking, right? Just be the indoctrinator, inculculator of more of a carnivorous diet. Even for myself, I'm like kind of a food tyrant. I prefer meat all the time to do. And as a consequence, Cindy's mom, my mom, everyone is kind of getting, like, stronger, more muscular. And also it's like, instead of eating, like, rice and noodles, which is essentially like a poverty food and just sugar, just eat bitter herbs and greens instead. So yeah, I propose 100% meat, beef diet, even red meat, anti-white meat, chicken ain't meat, fish ain't meat, even pork. I mean, pork's meat, but it's like white meat, pink meat maybe at best. More beef, more innards, and the only not meat item to eat is just, like, bitter herbs. Don't even call it vegetables because most of it is a marketing PR scam anyways. And or kimchi. Intermittent fasting is good, and the more beef the better.